This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Talk about your next challenge, though, because this is probably a first. November 14th, 1982, you find yourself taking on Ted Allen, but it's in a mixed tag. He's got Princess Victoria in his corner. You've got Leilani Kai in yours. You're at the Parish Coliseum in Alexandria, Louisiana for an afternoon show. Tell me about your first, I assume this is your first mixed tag?
Yes, sir. And thank God it was one of those deals where the girls didn't beat on the guys and the guys didn't beat on the girls.
Right.
It was guys got in wrestled. If one of the guys tagged out, the other girl had to get in. It was one of those things. I have never been and will never be comfortable with guys hitting girls in our business. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's just all the things we as a nation are against, abuse of women. I didn't like it back then, but it wasn't involved in this match.
Tell me what you remember about Princess Victoria, Leilani Kai, or just women's wrestling at the time. I think a lot of us remember seeing wrestling posters as a kid, and it would say, it would run through all the different stars who were on the show. And then at the very bottom, it would say something like +2 midget matches and the girls or something like that. It was almost like a throwaway. Outback's going to promote, the new surf and turf. Oh, yeah, we got mashed potatoes, too. I mean, that's the way the ladies and the little folks were positioned in wrestling at the time, right?
100%. And what an injustice. The reality that I learned, because Bill did use some of the little folks, and he used only one girls match, and it would come in, they would make the loop, and it was probably, other than being a 5-month deal, it was probably be like a 2-week to 3-week run. But Leilani Kai was a really sweetheart, and she was one of the veterans, and Princess Victoria was for that time one of the more recognized baby faces. So, I'm sure they had worked together around the world, if not the country, many times. They seemed very polished. It was actually, fun because I was learning and getting to wrestle Ted. At that point, I think I'd learned enough. Granted, I hadn't had that many matches yet, but I'd made an improvement because after the match was over, it was a situation where we were in similar areas dressing, to where he came over and he says, "Man, you're already starting to pick it up. I'm proud of you." And coming from him, who was an accomplished worker. Yeah. Ted Allen was, as good as anybody sitting in the locker room. He was really polished. Man, it made my day. And, it was one of those things that just, hey, he was my first mentor. And for him to say, I'm starting to pick it up, he must be telling the truth. So it's great for my confidence.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.